Hello, everybody, and welcome. I'm glad to have with me in the studio today April Robertson with Jackson Income Tax Services, and we were talking off the air just a minute ago. Man, it's amazing. Y'all been in business over 30 years. Probably one of the oldest agencies in Dublin.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Mr. Jackson started. Actually, he started like out of his house about 35 years ago, and then he decided to go into business in 1990. I would say he like one of the first ones to offer electronic filing here in Dublin, Georgia. And we have been in operation ever since, and it's been growing. It's been good.
And a lot of people think of income tax service like Jackson as just one time of the year, but y'all work year round. You do a lot
That's
of other
correct.
things, don't you?
That's correct. We are like one of the only tax offices here in this local area that's open year round. That we not only offer like tax services, but we also offer accounting services. So we do bookkeeping, consultation, and accounting services throughout the course of the year.
Okay, it is income tax time, and
Yes.
I was just reading recently there's some changes this year, and people are going to be
Yes.
getting their income taxes a little later this year. Tell me about that.
Yes. It was an act that passed in 2015. Basically, that was trying to stop so much fraud going on involving the high risk refundable credits. And now it's getting to the point the IRS is trying to control it. And so they are now trying to have some kind of guidelines and strategies to where that they can kind of like, oversee and kind of lower the risk of offering out refunds that does not really belong to the people that's actually receiving it.
And if I come in to get my taxes done and I've got 3 or 4 children, what kind of
Yes.
proof do I need to come in and not have to go back and forth to y'all's office and just bring it with me and get it all done at one time?
Yes, that's a great question because that's one of the changes that we are making actually in our office this year, that you have to basically, if you're going to claim someone, you have to have proof. The proof will consist of birth certificates. You have to prove the relationship to each and every child that you're going to claim. Then you have to prove that the child actually reside with you. So you can't say that, this child moved in November and you want to claim that child on your 2016 tax return. You have to prove that the child lived with you for at least 6 months and a day if it's your child. All depends on the relationship. And then you have to make sure that you can prove that you actually took care of the child. So those are the type of things that you will need to bring in to show us before the return is actually sent off to the IRS that you can claim that child and those credits are really entitled to you.
Okay, what all kind of, like if I've got immunization records, something like that, is that acceptable?
It is a lot of shop records that we have seen thus far. It does not provide us with the information that the IRS requires. It needs to have, because the shop records do not have the taxpayer name on there. It just
Okay.
have the child.
Okay.
Does not have the address that the child resided. So we're asking if you go and get medical records, that you would get the profile that will have the child, custodial parent, and where the child live.
So does everybody have to go through that?
No, not everyone is affected by this change. It's only the people that are receiving, or the taxpayers receiving the earned income credit and the additional child tax credit. Those are the only two criteria that's being challenged this year. So that's not everybody will be affected by the change.
Okay. We know it's going to take later to get our money back, but I need some money now. So when I come in, you do my taxes, April, and I'm getting $3,500 back. Can't you give me a little money now?
Yes. What we're doing, because we want to be there to help our customers out as best way that we can. When we heard of this was going to happen, we try to prepare our office to offer options that will be able to reach out to our customers. That there are some people that need their money for various reasons, and so we are offering a advance loan up to $1,200. It's up to the company to approve you either for $500, $800, or $1,200. There's no hidden fees, no cost to the taxpayers. So be cautious that if you are offered advance loans, that you are not being charged, because that is illegal.
Okay. And is it easier for me to call and make an appointment, come in and wait? As far as convenience, what did you rather have?
I would say Right now, it would be walk-ins. Appointments, we tend to get those later on in the year because appointments at this time does not work.
Okay.
Because of how the drastic change that we're making the adjustments to now the returns are taking longer to actually compute because of get the documentation, making sure everything is legit and everything is looking good. So the returns are taking longer to actually do this time and prepare. So I would suggest that, we just walk in or see what best time to come in would be like in the mornings. If not, then we take appointments like sometime in the latter part of February, beginning of March.
Okay, and how long should I expect to be there if I come in now?
If you come now,
Yeah.
like maybe an hour and a half wait to 2 hours.
Okay.
And as the tax season progresses, that time length, it gets
Yeah.
longer, like 2 to 3 hours, maybe 3.5.
Okay, so we better come on in now.
You better come on in now.
Okay, and most people probably got their 1099s or W-2s.
Yes.
What is that drop dead date for employers to get that information to you?
January 31st is the deadline.
Okay.
Also, that there's another change too that the IRS are now requesting that the employers also have the copy to them by the 31st. So they're trying to kind of like stop the people that are making up false W-2s. So now everything, the deadline has been pushed up a whole month. So it's the end of January is when those returns are due to the IRS and when the W-2s are out to the employees.
And we talked about how long the business has been there, but you've actually been with Jackson Income Tax Service about 16 years.
For 16 years.
You've seen a lot of changes, haven't you?
I have. But, I think it's for the best. I know like this year, it's going to put a damper as far as on small businesses here that actually depend on customers going out and spending their tax dollars, their tax refunds, but at the same time, it's time for a change. And if the government can save money by getting a hold to this, then it's going to make everything a whole lot better. So there's sometimes change, we don't like it, but sometimes change is good.
That's it.
And so now that it's here, we have to make the adjustments in our practice to embrace it and move forward. So that's where we are. We're trying to move forward.
Okay, and we want to move forward with you. Well,
Yes.
I really appreciate
yes.
you coming in today.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Okay, April. April Robertson with Jackson Income Tax Service. The number's right there on the screen. Just give them a call or drop by today. Give us the address. I know where it is,
Yes.
but let's make sure our viewers know how to get there.
Okay, we are located at 610 North Church Street here in Dublin, Georgia. Phone number 478-272-8681.
Okay, thank you, April.
Thank you.
Okay, and thank you for joining us today.